the European Parliament passed a resolution number 2022/2826 RSP, which has been brought attention of my office, wherein the European Parliament advises the governments of Uganda and Tanzania not to develop the Tirenga, Kingfisher, and East African crude oil pipeline projects. The same motion equally advises the EU membership or members not to render any diplomatic, financial, or other support to our oil and gas projects. The motion seems premised on allegations of potential environmental impacts, human rights abuses, and climate change targets. I condemn this motion and resolution that was passed, which calls on Uganda and Tanzania to stop the development of the oil and gas project in the East African region. The resolution, which I will ask the clerk to share with members on our Fresco platform, is based on misinformation and deliberate misrepresentation of key facts on environment and human rights protection. It represents the highest level, to me, on neocolonialism and imperialism against the sovereignty of Uganda and Tanzania. The motion and resolution seeks to curtail the progress of Uganda's oil and gas developments, and by extension, the country's socio-economic growth and development. It also seeks to deny Ugandans and East Africans the benefits and opportunities from the oil and gas sector. This represents the highest form of economic sabotage against developing countries, given that A, various member states in the European Union continue exploring, developing, and have increased the production and use of fossil fuels in recent months. 2, there are over 9,000 oil and gas production licenses in the USA, including plans to drill in Alaska and the Arctic Sea. 53 licenses have recently been issued in the North Sea, and Germany has also revived its coal plants. In addition, Western countries are seeking to import gas from African countries, and this is in a bid to ensure energy security in their respective states. Is energy security a preserve for only the European Union? Does Uganda not have the same right to have energy security? The propaganda that has been consistently going on largely targets the 1,445-kilometer East African crude oil pipeline, which will run for 296 kilometers in Uganda. The ECOP represents less than 0.1% of the operational global pipeline network of 1.18 million kilometers. It is prudent to say that Uganda's oil projects will exacerbate climate change, yet it is a fact that the EU bloc, with only 10% of the world's population, is responsible for 20% of global emissions. And Africa, with 20% of the world's population, is only responsible for 3% of global emissions. The European Union and other Western countries are historically responsible for climate change, not Africa, not Uganda, not East Africa.